Chapter 22:17, Jiu vs. Miter 5. The ability to steal others' powers? Damn it! Miter gritted her teeth in frustration. Facing such an ability user was truly a headache. It meant she couldn't analyze weaknesses based on the opponent's powers. Yet she remained unhurried, opening her mouth to blow a whirlwind toward Jiu's position. The whirlwind rapidly intensified into a violent storm, inevitably hurling Jiu far away. Jiu dispelled her smoke form. This time, a pair of black wings sprouted from her back, propelling her in reverse flow against the storm's current. Miter's gaze grew increasingly profound. How was she supposed to counter this opponent with her seemingly endless abilities? She found herself unusually troubled now. Yet at this moment, Jiu's eyes had changed. Wind, rain, thunder, lightning, the power to control the elements. That's all you've got. You're not me. You can't possibly possess any more abilities. So, is this where it ends? The intelligence Zhang Yi provided Jiu confirmed, Miter, the child of weather, could manipulate the elements. Jiu had personally verified this herself. As for how to counter her, Jiu had long contemplated numerous strategies. Now, it was time to put them into action. Wind, rain, thunder, lightning. Her strongest offensive is lightning, her defense is wind. As for her inherent defensive capabilities, negligible. The scars left by that thunderbolt hadn't fully healed yet, so Jiu had roughly figured out her opponent's capabilities. I just need to break through the wind barrier. Flutter flutter. Jiu flapped her wings and soared upward. Beneath her black feathers, her body rapidly transformed. Beast-type ability, frigate bird. She transformed into a jet-black bird, its belly adorned with crimson feathers. Within the boundless storm, the wind pressure shaped her form into a slender, black arrow. One of the world's fastest birds, possessing formidable wind-piercing capabilities. Jiu streaked through the air, her speed so blindingly fast that Miter could barely track her. All he perceived were countless black streaks crisscrossing the sky. A black glow enveloped the frigate bird's form. As it sliced through the sky, the air itself screeched with a piercing shriek. She darted around Miter, executing high-speed maneuvers. Miter spun swiftly, yet her movements were utterly impossible to follow with the naked eye against the frigate bird's speed. The wind barrier couldn't be sustained constantly, doing so would consume a significant amount of supernaturally charged energy. Moreover, she had no idea from which direction the attack would come. This meant that unless she maintained the wind barrier around every angle of her body at all times, Jiu could pierce her chest with a single strike at any moment. Miter became intensely tense, admitting to herself that panic was truly setting in. In such a moment, panic could also transform into rage. Damned ground vermin. If you've got the guts, come out and fight me. She rapidly conjured one violent storm after another, drawing massive bolts of thunder from the dark clouds above, unleashing them fiercely toward Jiu's location. But all she saw were the lingering afterimages of the albatross on her retinas. By the time she unleashed her assault, Jiu was already gone. Every attack missed its mark. Miter grew increasingly frantic, launching an indiscriminate attack on everything around her. Jiu remained patient, waiting for her to show an opening before striking. Finally, the opportunity presented itself. A barely perceptible opening appeared on Miter's right side, right beneath her arm. The frigate bird's eyes instantly sharpened. She spread her wings in the sky, flapped them, and plunged downward like a sharp arrow. Her speed defied description, only a black streak streaking across the vast distance, then appearing near Miter in an instant. Even her wind barrier couldn't withstand Jiu's assault, shattering with a thunderous crack. The sharp beak then aimed straight for the crook of her right arm. This single strike could tear Miter's body clean in two from the chest down. At such close range, Jiu could even feel Miter's gaze. Yet her eyes held no fear, only a trace of mockery. Jiu had no time for thought, because her speed as the frigate bird was too great. In the blink of an eye, she passed through Miter's body. Yes, passed through. She passed through Miter's body as easily as passing through light smoke. There was no tangible sensation. The miter before her eyes wasn't a real body at all, it was an illusion. So-called control over celestial phenomena was about mastering and applying natural forces. Miter's abilities extended far beyond manipulating basic elements like wind, rain, thunder, and lightning. She also commanded celestial light. She could distort light within a certain radius of herself, creating illusions. This included making enemies believe she was in one location, while she was actually in another nearby area. As Zhu passed through that beam of light, a palpable aura of danger enveloped her. It emanated from something churning deep within the earth. Boom! A torrential flood erupted from the earth's depths, striking Zhu's body directly. A colossal water dragon completely submerged her form. In the void, Miter, whose form remained invisible due to light distortion, sneered inwardly. Since I noticed your weakness against water, I naturally chose this method to deal with you. Now you've walked right into my trap. The surging torrent completely engulfed Zhu, then slammed violently toward the earth's deepest core. Let me carry you straight into the heart of the earth. Even if I can't kill you, I can at least destroy that armor you wear. A creature of the land, venturing over 20,000 meters underground, I refuse to believe you can adapt to this environment. Best to just drown you outright. Zhu's body was swept along by the immense torrent. Within such a colossal mass of water, she found it nearly impossible to move, swiftly carried toward the earth's core. Zhang Yi had once commented on Zhu's abilities. It stemmed from a question posed by Zhou Qi: with so many powers, she's unfathomable. Could she become a major threat someday? Zhang Yi merely smiled upon hearing this. She lacks genuine experience facing true powerhouses. Zhu Jing believes he's protecting her, but in reality, he's severed her path to becoming a top-tier extraordinary being. Moreover, he shook his head, more abilities aren't necessarily better. Think about how Yuan Konghua met her death. Acquiring abilities haphazardly can be detrimental. The more scattered and diverse they are, the harder they are to master, they become a liability instead. Just like Yuan Konghua. Chapter 22:18, Lu Karen vs. Wood. The entire eastern district of the Wulwan Empire. No living souls remain on the streets. The vast eastern district spanned an area equivalent to 5 Tianhai cities. Yet now, most lizard men had either been killed or fled toward the district's borders, attempting to escape into the central city. This immense expanse had become a battlefield. Wood, the southern district garrison commander, was a silver-haired youth. His face concealed beneath a mask, he stood at the front line's edge, directing lizard men forces to repel the Huashu Kingdom Human Alliance's invasion. Directly ahead, a colossal mechanical life form, towering like a mountain, advanced slowly. Each step sent violent tremors through the earth. From the dense array of energy cannon ports across its mechanical frame, deathly beams poured forth, mowing down countless soldiers of the Wulwan Empire. Wood's eyes were fixed intently on the colossal mechanical entity. If this continued, defeat at the front was inevitable. Their technological gap with the Tsangyuan tribe was simply too vast to bridge. Only high-level mutants could turn the tide. Yet even ordinary high-level mutants were powerless against them. Energy shields countered mutant powers, neutralizing most of their energy. Only specific abilities, or close-quarters combat by enhancement or beast-type mutants, could be effective. Watching the Wulwan Empire's forces retreat in disarray, countless lizard men soldiers perishing before his eyes. If this continued, the entire Eastern District defense would collapse within half a day. Then it would be the Imperial City's turn. Wood removed his mask and took a deep breath. He was usually a man of few words, for he couldn't speak lightly. Once he said something, it often led to disastrous consequences. Gazing at the colossal mechanical life form tens of kilometers away, Wood's lips began to move. Decay! The lizardman's words emerged from his mouth, sounding like a hissing sound to terrestrial ears. The sound was faint, yet the moment it left his lips, it transformed into several twisted characters that shot toward the colossal mechanical entity in the distance. In an instant, they crossed the colossal mechanical entity's energy shield without hindrance and landed upon its form. This was not an energy-based ability, but a rule. The moment the black characters touched the colossal machine life form, its once solid, heavy frame suddenly seemed weathered by centuries. Surface paint flaked away inch by inch, the metal beneath rotting and yellowing. Like wood gnawed by countless termites, the majority of the colossal mechanical life form's limbs were corroded away. Unable to bear the weight of its upper body, it collapsed. Boom! Boom! One, then two limbs corroded clean away, crumbling from the center outward as the entire body collapsed. A mighty war fortress had thus lost its mobility, reduced to a bunker. This was Wood's ability, word spirit. Words became law. When activating the ability, every spoken command materialized into reality. Theoretically, that was the case. However, the power must operate within its own limits. Overusing it or encountering indestructible objects risks backfiring on the user. In other words, when attempting to alter the physical world's rules with one's own will, encountering a stronger rule-bound entity causes the physical world to forcibly correct it, erasing it as a glitch. Thus, though Wood had once been a talkative man, he scarcely spoke since awakening his power. His words signaled only his intent to kill. With a single strike, Wood crippled a colossal mechanical life form, rendering it immobile and unable to serve as a war fortress shielding the Huashu Kingdom forces. This greatly eased the burden on the Wulwan Empire army. The lizard-men soldiers watched the steel colossus come to a halt, their spirits soaring with elation. Long live Commander Wood! That war fortress has fallen. Let us counterattack. Wood, however, remained vigilant. He concealed himself within the battle formation, refusing to reveal himself rashly. Instead, he scanned his surroundings with caution. Once he made his move, the powerful Huashu Kingdom Alliance's mutants would surely detect him. Then, the enemy would inevitably launch an assault targeting him. Therefore, he had to wait for the right moment. But Wood waited a long time and still did not see the enemy appear. Only those fearless mechanical life forms continued to charge forward, turning the battlefield into a meat grinder. Even without the cover of the colossal mechanical life forms, the current forces of the Wulwan Empire struggled to match them. Wood frowned, but he had no choice but to act again. Destroy! He uttered the command in a sharp whisper. A string of massive black runes shot from his mouth, crashing like boulders into the mechanical life form formation. Boom! Terrifying force surged through the collision. Even with their energy shields activated, the steel-reinforced mechanical life forms couldn't withstand the impact. Countless units were shattered, their parts scattering everywhere. At that very moment, high above the battlefield, a gray crow's eyes darted, witnessing everything. Behind the lines, within the Huashu Kingdom Alliance's command headquarters, Lu Karen sat in the control room, the entire battlefield under her command. The gray crow she had released was a miniature mechanical life form she had engineered. The individual chosen by Yang Xinshin, specifically targeted against Wood, was none other than her, Lu Karen, the Lu Ban. Lu Karen was not currently on the front lines, her abilities did not require her personal involvement. After locking onto Wood's location, Lu Karen's eyes slowly widened. Her already large, beautiful orbs now shimmered like two precious gems. It was the glow of excitement. She was about to use her own abilities to battle a powerful black chariot-level silver armor general. To break through Wood's defenses and shatter the Wulwan Empire's front line. Word spirit abilities, ha! Fine, let's do this. Her fingers danced across the massive control panel, leaving near-blurred trails. Under her command, the gray raven soaring in the sky flapped its wings and darted off into the distance. Soon, more and more crows appeared. This wasn't a single crow, but an immense flock. As far as the eye could see, they swarmed densely, tens of thousands. They flew at breakneck speed, a spectacle that quickly caught Wood's attention. He looked up at the sky. Those are 6th-generation combat machines?